we're recording. Hey there YouTube, my name's kirbyisaboss. Welcome to my apartment, welcome to my channel, and today I have a video for you ladies. On all my social media, I've been asking you guys what kind of videos do you want to see, and a lot of you ladies are like, Kirby, we need dating advice, we need relationship advice. Well, I figured if I'm going to do this, I'm going to put a little Jesus in that, a little sprinkle of that, little salt and light. For today's topic, we are going to be talking about what to look for in a man of God. First off, us ladies, we don't need to be searching for a man because we're the ones being pursued. But if a man were to come along in your life, these are 5 character traits that every girl needs to think about and analyze and check off before she says yes to dating. So let's get into it. Number 1, is he a man after God's heart? I'm not talking about a church boy, I'm talking about a godly man. Because there is a big difference between a boy who slaps on his vineyard vines, goes to youth groups, sways back and forth during all of the worship, is on Twitter, and then asks you to go to Bahama Bucks. And a man who actually goes to service and is involved in church and spiritually wants to lead you. A man of God is obedient to God and follows him before pursuing you. A man after God's own heart has a really strong prayer life and spends time daily in the Word, walking hand in hand with Jesus daily. He attends church. He's involved in spiritual groups so he can better pour into you. This should also be visible in how he loves people and how he respects people, because the love of Christ is different than just regular love. Number 2, this guy needs to be a leader. First things first, he needs to be pursuing you. I have been in relationships where I've been the one that's been kind of leading spiritually, and it has not worked. Ever. None of those relationships succeeded. He needs to win your affection. He needs to win your heart. He needs to be chasing you and making the effort to have you. Perry Noble says girls can drop hints, but it's the guy's job to pursue. And I agree with that 100%. I mean, girls, obviously you need to be putting in effort because a relationship requires effort from both parts. But it's the man's job to pursue you in a godly relationship. He needs to support you. He needs to encourage you, especially with scripture. He needs to be leading you closer to Christ and making you stronger in your faith. He's not your spiritual leader. That is your husband's job. But he needs to be acting like a spiritual leader. He needs to be leading you closer to Jesus while you are dating. And you need to point him back to Christ in the relationship as well. Number 3, he needs to be a gentleman. Polite, respectful, treats you like a gem. A gentleman, I believe, is also a man of his word and is trustworthy. Number 4, he needs to be a humble servant. Obviously, this means to be a selfless person, to not boast in their own works. Not only should they just be generous with their blessings and is a very giving person, but is giving with their time as well and using those gifts that the Lord has equipped them with. You can see how much they value God with how they value and treat others and respect others and serves others. They're willing to put others first and make them feel comfortable, because that is such an awesome way to serve and love the Lord. Lastly, you should be with someone who is patient and forgiving. It is so important to be with someone that is gracious, i.e. does not hold a grudge and is slow to anger. Because in a relationship, you're both gonna mess up. You're both gonna make each other mad at some point, whether it's a little issue or a big issue. And in those circumstances, you need to be with someone who is understanding, who is mature enough to sit down and work out the issues with you and show you grace and forgiveness through that. So rather than subtweeting and being petty about it, they actually want to work through the issue and love you while doing it. So yeah, those are my 5 little characteristics you should look out for. But before you click off the video, I want to give you ladies a word of advice. Do not settle. I'm not trying to roast any of my exes, because I've dated some really great guys in the past. But then again, there are a couple guys out there that I also have dated that I probably shouldn't have dated because they didn't cherish and honor me and fit these standards. Don't date someone just because they give you attention or make you feel wanted just because you're lonely and you desire a relationship. When you pursue a relationship with God above all else, you're gonna find that satisfaction. You're gonna feel that worth. If you're putting hope in a relationship and in a person above God, that's going to fail. That foundation is going to fail. I know that from first-hand experience, fam. That only causes failure and anxiety. Like, yeah, they may seem like a good guy, they may be a genuinely good person, but are they the person that God has in store for you in that moment, in that season? Personally, I don't see anything wrong with dating, but you need to be careful not to give your heart away. Make sure that he is worthy of you and that he fits these characteristics. Because if he truly does, whether the relationship fails or succeeds, you two will have grown stronger in faith and closer to the Lord. And that's the purpose of doing life together with someone. Now, I forget who said this, but one time I heard a speaker say, our temptation is to expect God to write a love story between us and another human that is greater than the love story he has already written between you and himself. Again, pursue the Lord and he's gonna bring a man worthy of you. Don't idolize a relationship, idolize the Lord. Trust me. Because he will bring you a gem, a really solid dude, a really solid brick. Just a bunch of gems and bricks. That's a beautiful life. Alright everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment down below if you have any other little tips about godly dating, or if you'd like to see me talk about a certain topic. Remember to give this a big thumbs up and subscribe for videos every Sunday. All my social media is down below, along with my P.O. box if you ever want to send me anything. With that being said, remember to keep on keeping on, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Stay stellar.